Hello people, welcome back to another episode of our movie preview and review. It's your favorite girl B, and today guys, I'll be reviewing the movie The One for Sarah. Come along with me guys.
What's your name?
I just want to meet a decent guy. Why is this so hard? All the guys I meet are just pigs.
The One for Sarah is a romantic drama that follows the story of Sarah, who has been through emotional abuse and is on the path to rediscover her self-worth and find love. This movie is a tired attempt at a romantic movie. It is one of those movies where I can't honestly point out anything that I liked, so I'll just dive right into what I think the issues were. It was boring. This movie was not exciting at all. No highlights, no tension, no suspense, bland dialogue. Everything was just really flat. The setting was not great, and as for the overall production quality, it was quite unimpressive. I did not like the storyline. The journey to self-discovery is fraught with so many challenges. So I thought this movie was going to be a moving story about courage, healing and audacity. I thought it was going to be a story about learning to love herself and all that great stuff, but really, it was just a story about a woman who was looking for a man. That was the only thing she talked about with her friend. Let's talk about acting and casting. Acting did not work for me because even though this movie features very talented actors, none of them stood out for me. They did not seem interested or committed enough to give it their 50%. As for casting, this movie suffers from a severe case of mismatched casting. First, the friendship between Sarah and Lizzie was so off. It was not convincing. It was screaming, she's not my type and we're not really friends. We're just trying to make it work for this movie. There was no warmth, no connection, the laughter was forced, even the gist were not giving. They just did not have that easy rapport that you would expect besties to have. The supposed romance between Sarah and Fred, a big failure. There was no single chemistry between them, no cute moments, they looked uncomfortable with each other. Even her situation with the other guy, Michael, was really awkward. The One for Sarah was an intense battle of the accents. It was so stressful to watch. Even Bimbo Ademoye suddenly acquired an accent. Moving on, I did not appreciate how the plot progressed because the way she met the two guys was so unexciting. I just kept on rolling my eyes. Also, there was so many random scenes that did not make sense but were conveniently introduced in order to help the plot progress. For example, the entire scene where drunk Vera was hugging Fred was not properly thought out. It was a forced attempt to introduce conflict to move the story forward, and it did not make sense. Another example is the scene where Dare insisted on meeting with Fred in his house. Why? They just wanted an excuse for Sarah to see Dare, and that was what they came up with. It was weak. These random meetings and poorly thought out twists underscore this movie's embarrassing lack of effort. They did not even try. Character development was not great. They gave us a lead female that we did not really know, one we could not really cheer for, and honestly, she was not likable. What exactly happened in the past? How did she escape? After Dare found her house and beat her up, what was her plan? To just do nothing and wait for the next time he will come and beat her again? He beat her up then disappeared again. Why? I like to say that The One for Sarah is not a love story. She did not know Fred enough to love him. They did not have interactions that could have inspired love. She just settled for the first man who was available, who was interested in her, and who she believed would not hurt her. Neither was it a story about self-discovery or healing because we did not see Sarah grow or evolve all through this movie. She did not have a goal. As the movie progressed, it became apparent that she was just looking for that man to replace the man who hurt her. The Sarah who was struggling with severe self-esteem issues at the beginning of this movie was the same Sarah we saw till the very end. She was still that same girl reciting words of affirmation that she did not believe. The one Sarah urgently needed to find was a therapist, not a man. I strongly believe that a befitting end would have been for her to just remain friends with both Fred and Michael. So the big question is, what was the point of this movie? What does it say about or to people going through emotional traumas or people who would have experienced abuse? Why did they not empower her to become stronger? Why was there no shift in her behavior and mindset? Why was no attempt made to report the abuse to the police? Why was it not even mentioned as a possibility? Why did they not mention the possibility of getting justice for the abuse she endured? This seems to be a pattern with Nollywood movies, and I don't know why. This movie serves little purpose beyond existing as a pretentious attempt at making a deep movie. It is yet another movie that trivializes the effect of abuse, what it takes to overcome abuse, what it means to seek help, and the journey to healing, as well as how to handle abusers. Overall, this movie was not a good watch for me. I don't know why they had the audacity to describe it as a romance movie, when in reality, it was just a compilation of uninspired encounters. And with that, guys, I'll be giving this movie an overall 2.5 out of 10 because I'm just trying to be generous, you know, the money they put into production and all, let it not all be a waste. So I'm giving this movie a 2.5 over 10. You can go to the movie for yourself. It's available on Netflix. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think it's worth it or do you think it's a no-no for you? Let me know in the comment section. But for you to do that, you have to be following us on our social media handles. On Instagram, we go by e.com_official. For Facebook and YouTube, we go by e.com_official. And for Twitter, we go by EDOTCOM01, no space in between, all in lowercase alphabet. I remain your favorite girl B. Bye, guys.